Aquarius, hello and happy November. Wishing you an early, well, soon to be Thanksgiving. Hope everything is well. Thank you for tuning into my channel. And just real quick, as a ongoing reminder that it would appreciate it a lot if you would click on the like button, click on the subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification. These are all important for the YouTube algorithms and are used for YouTube in order to market channels to a wider audience. I'm a new channel, so it takes a while to get marketed, and they need those three things, those algorithms for YouTube to pay attention to. So if you feel like supporting it, that would be wonderful. I definitely would appreciate it in advance. So getting started with, thank you. This is your 5-card tarot card overall energy reading for November 16th through the 30th of 2020. It is a general reading for the larger collective of Aquarius, and it's intended for informational purposes. The information may not resonate with all Aquariuses, which is understandable, and that is okay. Take what fits and let the rest go. To save time, I already shuffled the cards and requested the universal guide, and the cards selected were ejected on their own during the shuffle. The 5 cards that were exited during the shuffle are listed here as the overall energy cards for this time period. The first card here represents the overall past influences. This is significant energies that occurred within the last few months. In some cases, that significant energy may have resolved itself. In other cases, it may still be lingering. The second card here represents the overall energy for your present energy during this time frame. The third card here represents the overall energy for future energies, that are things that are on the peripheral during this time frame and things to be aware of. The fourth card here represents the overall energy for any challengers or challenging energies. Keep in mind that challenges are not implied to be negative. Sometimes they're provided as information, but most often they're presented as choices that you need to make based on your own free will. And the fifth card here represents the outcome energies for this time period. So, we have a major arcana card here. This is the Magician. This is a very good card. Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand why the Magician is showing up here in Aquarians' past influences. For their energies, please. Well, Aquarians, we know the Magician is a master manifester in the tarot cards. Typically, the Magician brings you tools and resources and energy that you need to take care of anything that you are wanting to come true. And to be taken quite seriously, it's pretty much anything that you're needing. Now, it may not come immediately, but it puts it out there. So I'm picking up here that many Aquarians, the Magician was definitely involved in your past influences within the last few months for many. It brought you sort of a spiritual fire, physical, the earth, the mental air, and the emotional water, resources to manifest your desires. I feel that these tools helped some Aquarians utilize them and at least not, if not qualified or ended it, began the process of using that energy to help them with their spiritual and earthly realms and help them to sort of manifest a powerhouse, that laws of attraction and the importance of positive thinking. I think many Aquarians were learning basically how to bring these tools together to create a sort of a synergistically process that would have the greatest impact to help you create, a greater good for you. This really represents alchemy at its best for you, Aquarians. Many of you felt that in this last few months it was a perfect time to move forward with sort of an idea that you may have conceived. I'm picking up that it was more of planting a seed of an idea versus you accomplishing the idea, but it was the intention, and you were sort of allowed yourself to think big and to think outside the box. I also pick up that whatever this idea that you had was utilizing your current skills and knowledge and capabilities that you've gathered along your current lifetime, and you were just sort of preparing. And there's something that I'm picking up that you sort of perhaps innately, for many Aquarians, sort of just innately felt that you were ready to turn your ideas into reality. I think for many of you who are trying to manifest and at least practicing on a daily basis this, either some sort of meditation and trying to turn things around, probably because of COVID-19 hasn't taken place. You were looking for a better process to, have a clearer vision, and that you were wanting to create, and more importantly, wanted to know why you wanted some things before you actually put it into place. The magician here for many Aquarians in your past years is not motivated by the goal of ego, or which represents money and status and fame. I think for many Aquarians, you were picking up this from more of a soul perspective or a soul connection to align your goals and your intentions. It's a very powerful process and a very creative process. And for many of you, you had that sort of intuition or energy to sort of use this as an opportunity to bring your higher self into alignment, even applying it to your day-to-day activities to create, a positive future that you want at most. The universe wants to sort of guide you that, or remind you to be mindful that when you're clear about okay, the universe wants to remind you that that when you know what your what is and what your why is, the magician calls upon you to take an inspired action. And I think many of you I'm picking up here were feeling that call. It was requiring sort of a focused attention, and in some cases an intense concentration, in order for you to sort of bring your goals forward, or to identify those goals. Keep in mind that during this time, and this may be carrying over to your present state as well for many of them, it's important to focus on one thing at a time. This is not a time for multitasking. I'm picking up because, again, multitasking will draw your focus away, is what I'm being told here. It's important, the universe is asking you, and the magician is asking you to make sure that whatever you were trying to put into place, even if you didn't have to complete it, this is just starting it or thinking about it, is that it's important to be methodical in your planning to make sure that you stay on track and carry out your tasks. This is a green card, basically, much like the Fool card, of giving you an opportunity to change things and make things for the better. However, it's very important to understand that you understand what it is that you're asking for. And if you're not familiar with the laws of attraction, there's, do some research on it, but it's very important that when you're manifesting whatever you're requesting in your meditation or your affirmations, that sometimes you can't be too specific sometimes. If you're too specific, it may not happen. Sometimes you have to if you manifesting something and it's just not happening for a while, then that's usually a sign that you have to go back and align your manifestation and perhaps go more general in the beginning, and then as you get more general, then you can sort of narrow it down to a little bit more specific. But you can't be so specific that because it doesn't work that way, and could be why some things are not happening as quickly as you like. So just go back and look at what your manifestations, and there's plenty of videos on YouTube that sort of help you realign those sort of manifestations from a wider to, or in general, to slowly go a little bit more specific. And it also doesn't happen, I want this by a certain date. It doesn't work that way. So and also, it's a good, the universe wants to remind you that whenever you're manifesting something, that you also have to sort of add in there in your part of your meditation of why you want it and how is it going to make you feel. And you have to visualize that you already have it. For instance, if you want abundance of money from a variety of different resources, that could be your manifestation. And then you add, because it will bring me joy, it will bring me happiness, it will bring me security, it will make me fulfilled, it will make me be charitable. Those things. You have to be in alignment with what you're asking for in a positive way. And that's very critical. And just as a little tidbit there. So, very good. In your present energies, Aquarians, you have the Six of Swords. However, the Six of Swords is presented in a reversed position for you. So, Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand why the Six of Swords is in reverse for Aquarians during this time frame, please. Well, I'm picking up the overall energy for many Aquarians is that the Six of Swords is showing up in this present energy here for you is because some of you are going through some sort of personal or spiritual transition, um, sort of a rite of passage, so you can leave behind something that's not working for you. And this could be a relationship, it could be a belief, it could be a behavioral pattern that's no longer serving you, like smoking, or maybe you're drinking too much or eating too much or whatever else. It's just something that's intensely personal to you, and it's often a private journey. Um, it's something that you're not necessarily sharing openly with other people. You're in the beginning phases of just privately dealing with it on your own. I'm picking up that many of you have identified what it is that you want, well, I'm going to say want, the universe is saying must release in order to embrace a new way of thinking and a new pattern. And once you have identified that, and once you have felt comfortable releasing whatever this is, you are going to change your course of your future and be in more alignment. Keep in mind, Aquarians, at times the Six of Swords in reverse indicates that you know you need to make a change and or a transition in your life. But sometimes, like anything else, we're reluctant to do so. Or perhaps, well, no, the universe is saying, let's just don't mince words. We're reluctant to change because we get comfortable with what we're used to. I'm picking up that because, again, or we hope that the issue will go away on its own and you don't have to sort of get involved in the messy detail. In some cases, we tell ourselves that we try to, fool ourselves into thinking that we can put up with it. However, many of you know right now that deep in your heart of hearts, you know it's time to move on in whatever the situation is. It could even be an employment or something that's just not working for you. It doesn't mean it's horribly bad. It just means you're just feeling it's not working for you. You have that gut reaction. So the energy I pick up, I'm feeling from the collective of Aquarians is that for whatever this is, it's time to move on, and it's causing sort of a discomfort within you. This card is showing up here in your present energy because the universe is basically sharing with you that you need to push beyond this comfort zone that you've created for yourself. In order to push beyond, you're going to learn and you're going to evolve and become in your better alignment. The universe wants you to understand that discomfort is a positive sign that growth is going to be attained, or that we need to grow from something. I'm also picking up the universe is basically saying that in your heart of hearts, it's the right decision to do. So it's essentially saying right now in this present energy is, to be blunt, is get over the reluctance, accept it. I'm picking up it's the key message here is it's important for you to push beyond that comfort zone so that you can evolve, is the message I'm keep hearing here. It's you need to feel that energy, and you need to let your intuition and encourage yourself to keep moving forward and expanding yourself. I'm also picking up in some cases for some Aquarians, the reverse Six of Swords here is also suggesting that you're resisting change and transition because you believe that it's been forced upon you, or in some cases you were not included in a decision. Now this could have been an example from a relationship, perhaps who's relocating or made a decision without you. It could be something with your employment. It could be your association with a group or with a friend where you just feel you were left out of some sort of decision. What the universe is wanting you for Aquarians in this situation is focus on what's important for you and what the benefits are of this transition is, rather than what the drawbacks were. It's asking you to sort of refocus your train of thought from feeling left out to focusing on where you can look forward to something and getting more personal value out of it. That and to reaffirm yourself why you need to make this transition and how it aligns with your own values. For some Aquarians, if you're trying to move on from a past issue, but you're struggling to do so, the Six of Swords here in reverse is here to guide you that you may have unfinished business that you need to deal with, or it could be unresolved conflict. And part of that is understanding the lessons in which you need to understand before you can wholeheartedly move forward in your life. Questions that to ask yourself if you're in this situation is what's holding you back from making a crucial transition. The universe is going to encourage you right now in this present energy is to seek to resolve those unresolved issues. And it's understandable there may be moments when you have doubt, whether you're making the right decision and leaving behind your past. But the Six of Swords here is gently encouraging you to move forward, and it's reminding you that you are heading in the right direction towards a better future. That's what your focus should be on. And our future energies, we have the Two of Swords. Angels and spirit guides, please help us understand why the Two of Swords is here in our Aquarians present, our future energy, I'm sorry, in our future energy, please. Well, I'm picking up here, Aquarians, that the Two of Swords indicates that you're facing a challenge, which is in line with these cards. But for many, you're unclear about what options you want to take. I'm picking up for some of you, these, whatever the options are, they seem to be equally good, and or they could be equally poor. And perhaps you're feeling stumped about which one will lead you to the best outcome. So for your future energies, what the universe is going to suggest to you is that, you need to be able to weigh in the pros and cons of each of these choices and then make a conscious judgment. This can be done often by just writing them down on a piece of paper on pros and cons to help. It helps focus on whatever it is that you're fearful of your choice that's stopping you from making a decision. The universe is imploring you to call upon and to use both your head, which involves your mind and the intellect, and also to use your heart, which involves your feelings and your intuition. This will help you guide to the best path that's most in alignment with your higher self in your decision that you need to make. So typically in such readings, when this card shows up, it's helpful to look at either the cards on this side previously, which is about making decisions and moving forward and alignment here. And this definitely is imagining that you have some sort of decision that you're postponing. And now that it's coming into your future, this future energy here is again in alignment of saying you need to make a decision. And in many cases, I'm feeling that you perhaps already know the decision that you need to make, but you're just holding back. Well, in alignment with these two previous cards, this decision needs to be made. The universe is saying make the decision, or you're not going to have challenges with it. You're not going to be able to move beyond. So, keep in mind that when you look at this card, the person is looking down. And so when you're looking down, you're focusing only in one direction. What the universe is saying is lift your head up and look all around you. The answers are all around you. It's not as single focused as you think it is, and you're not as restricted as you think you are. So if you look up and around, you'll see there are other alternatives, and you'll see other light. You just have to be open to it and look around, and not be so focused on why not or why you're stuck. In our challenging energies, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Angels and spirit guides, please help us understand why the Nine of Pentacles is here in Aquarians challenges energies for this time period, please. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here in our challenges for our Aquarians, please? Okay. For many Aquarians, and relevant to the Magician here, you feel that you've created sort of an abundance of whatever it is that is specific to you in your life. And with the Nine of Pentacles, in your challenge, it's saying that you can enjoy these fruits of your labor. And it's, give yourself a pat on your back for your independent efforts. your self-confidence and your discipline, and because you've attained whatever well-deserved success and a stable foundation based on your material wealth and comfort. Now, this doesn't mean you're a millionaire. It just means for where you are, you've been comfortable. What it's saying here now is to sit back and relax and enjoy your luxuries and the pleasures. So, if during the COVID, you got through unemployment, or you were employed, you were able to save, you cut back, you made the right decisions, particularly during COVID-19, and that, you're thankful for what you have, and because it always could be worse, and you're comfortable because it could be worse. But you restricted yourself. Now it's saying, have some fun within reason. So if you went to the extreme of saving and not going anywhere, not doing anything because you restricted yourself, it's saying ease up on that, and to within your means, spend something, a little bit of money, something on leisure time, something fun, something that's of material comfort, because you deserve it. Don't go hog wild. It's just enjoy it because that's what it's there for. Aquarians, keep in mind that when the Nine of Pentacles appears here in your challenges, it's you're challenged by not being scared to splurge a little bit, to indulge or pamper yourself, especially as a reward for anything that you've done in your efforts. So this is about treating yourself to a special occasion. That saying, "Stop and smell the roses," is about just enjoying it for a moment at any sort of milestone. Treat yourself to a special occasion or a personal gift. Celebrate your journey to where you are and that you got through something. Because you've achieved it, and you may not be at the finish line, and you may not be where you want, but it's a milestone that you were successful, and that you have some sort of stability through whatever it was. This is your opportunity to acknowledge your own achievements and re-energize yourself, and that's what the universe is basically saying. Just give yourself the gift of something to relax a little bit. Typically, the Nine of Pentacles here speaks of financial independence. And this is about making sure that you have a financial independence, so you're not dependent on anybody else, no matter what the gender is. It's about creating an abundance of independence so that you can take care of yourself in the long term. So, for many, if you're able to seek wise financial advice, make the most of your wealth. It's important to not rely on others to support you. The Nine represents independence financially. Again, Aquarians, why the Suit of Pentacles typically focuses on material wealth and gain. This particular card is suggesting and showing that you're in harmony with your environment and around you. So this is about appreciating the beauty and abundance found in nature as well, and to think about those external things to create that higher vibe energy that brings pleasure in your life. So this could be taking the time to enjoy gardening or walk. Look at something, just be appreciative of the flower that's growing, or things that you do have. It's showing appreciation, no matter how small they are, but anything that's in your life right now is to show appreciation on a daily basis, because it's a rippling effect that carries on to other parts of your life. And that's your challenge. Call upon yourself and be thankful for what you have, because it will increase and ripple to higher. Think of the laws of attraction. Think positive, positive things happen. And our final card here, Aquarians, we have Three of Pentacles. So, angels and spirit guides, please help us understand why the Three of Pentacles here is in our Aquarians' outcome energies, please. Well, the Three of Pentacles is about different people in your life having an important role, and coming together as a team. It's the idea that when you work together with other people, you can achieve more. So with the Three of Pentacles here, in your outcomes, it's a sign to sort of collaborate with others and to create sort of positive synergies, which we will achieve bigger results with more people. The Three of Pentacles represents a value, Aquarians, of ideas and levels of experience and collaboration. So, no matter what it is, whether you're a financial plan or moving or job seeking or anything, collaborate with other people that you trust, because, balancing and playing off their ideas is helpful for everyone involved. It's important to know that even having, different backgrounds, experience levels, and expertise, is critical because each one has something to add to the value for what you're trying to achieve. And this sort of creating and gathering this information will help you create a synergy for that you to move forward into a finished product for yourself or whatever your goal that is you're wanting to achieve. In this case, there typically is whatever this is that you're wanting to work on. This collaboration is not about an us and them or any sense of superiority. This is about each person that you're working with has come together and is bringing something to offer and is willing to learn from others involved in the project, or your whatever your manifestation. Um, Everyone who's involved is collectively involved and contributes as a group, whether it's through the value of listening or sharing or providing a resource or giving a suggestion, or helping you just listen and clarify. Aquarius, in this case, you know what it is. You know what it is that you want to create, and in some cases, you've laid out the plans to do so. Perhaps you've already gathered your resources, whether it's money, people, or time, or whatever, and you're ready to go with this, or you will be ready to go, I'll say. But however, if perhaps that's the first milestone and celebrate that. But now, in order to move forward, this is about bouncing it off other people that you trust, who may have something in the same alignment, who would benefit from it, or just finding a mentor or other people who can help you sort of polish it and finish it, and just give some sort of self-assurance. This is more of just a double check system. It's not changing your mind, but it's just collaborate with others because it will help. It cannot hurt you. It'll help get the ball rolling and make things happen for you. This is particularly important is when you come to implementing whatever your plans are. I'm also picking up for many Aquarians in this case that understand that you already have the skills, capabilities, and resources. So the Three of Pentacles here is really from the universe a sign of encouragement that you're making the right decision and you're on the right track. So feel confident about what you're doing and that you will make progress. Yes, at times there may be some sort of obstacle, but understand from the universe that you can get through that. And more importantly, enjoy the process of whatever you're trying to achieve. If you see this as work and as a pain in the rear end, you're not going to have success with it, or it's going to be prolonged. This is all about whatever you're trying to attain, what manifest or affirm in your life is you must enjoy the process to get there. That's critical under the laws of attraction. Yeah, so this is basically giving you a green light and encouraging you to create a comprehensive plan to involve others, create a time schedule for you, realizing that some things may change, but those changes can make it better, and enjoy the process, and you will succeed, Aquarians. Awesome. So, my Aquarians, thank you very much for your time. And again, to repeat, if you would like to support this channel, the YouTube algorithms depend on your support by clicking what I call the big three, and that's click on the like this video, click on subscribe to this channel, and click on the notification buttons if you haven't done so. If you have, thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. Understand that you're not going to get bombarded with junk mail or anything else. This is really about algorithms that YouTube uses to market channels to a broader audience. And I'm a new channel, and the only way to get YouTube's attention is by the number of likes, the number of subscribers, and the number of notifications that they see, and then they will post my video to a wider audience. So if you see fit and you appreciate and you are willing to be helpful with this, I would greatly be appreciated. And thank you in advance for those who have. Aquarians, feel free to leave a comment if you felt that any part of this reading was applicable to you. And again, understand that if it didn't resonate with you specifically, let it go. It's okay. It just doesn't mean that this reading was particularly for you at this time, because this is a general reading for the overall collective. So I thank you again, my Aquarians, and wish you the best, and hope you have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. And we will see you in December. Take care.